Perfect. Perfect. Nice. Okay. So build yourself your heart bed with a cushion or a rolled up blanket the size of the length of a cushion, your spinal column, or your yoga mat you can wrap up in your blanket. And if you have an extra blanket, you can use it as a waterfall pillow right on top. Then go ahead and nestle your back into all of that and unfold. And just feel now how it feels to let go. To let go of the known or theme of the practice. And invite the mystery. That could be your mantra as you inhale. Invite the mystery, and as you exhale, let go of the known as we drop below the thinking mind and allow this moment to sink in and feel the support that you're draped over, and allow the muscles to loosen their grip. Each exhale a little heavier. Notice how the eyelids feel as they close. You can give the head a light little rock as you sink in just a little bit more. And this is a nice place to devote just a little time for your intention for your practice. And as you open up that intention for a little more vitality, strength, from our hearts, joining all the hearts out there as a collective, this collective soma now, as we join together. Notice the heart center open right up in this beautiful heart centering pose. Nice and high, wide open. The shoulders sink down a little bit more, and you can exaggerate that with a press of the shoulders down and feel the heart center rise and then relax. And maybe you might want to do that again. Allow both shoulders to sink down and feel the heart center rise. You might even feel the blades come right underneath the heart and press it up as the shoulders come down. And then relax. And maybe one more. Notice the lower back all the way down to the sit bones, through the legs. If you'd like to leave the legs bent, please do. But heel toe them a little wider. Have the inner knees knock. Toes can be inward. Or lengthen through one leg, let the foot splay outward, and possibly the other. Notice where it feels better, and go to where it feels better. And then come into your intention once again. And let's welcome a whole new energy, vitality, and opportunity. As we sink in just a little deeper towards ourself. Start to breathe in through the nose, nice and full and deep, and out through the nose or the mouth as we dive in just a little deeper here. Anchor your attention on the breath now and feel it now. Wave all the way in, filling you up, and all the way out, letting go. 2 more just like that. You'll inhale all the way up, pause filled with breath, and then exhale and cleanse it out through the mouth, an audible sigh. And 1 more just like that. All the way in and up, a light little pause, and then a ha. Then inhale through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, and out through the nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll do a few rounds of equal breath as you breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out for 2, 3, 4, 5. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay with the count as you hold, and out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll start to lengthen that exhale now. In for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more just like that. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Enjoy the descent and follow it. And then dive into your next natural breath here. Observe as the body absorbs all of this goodness. All of your hard work, breath work, pranayama. It's valuable, great use of your time to rest after your pranayama, just like this. And allow the body to feel from the inside out all the benefits of an apana breath, of lengthening that exhale, as you dive into the ground, nice and deep into that earth star, and charge up and ground and root and feel physically the lungs in the corners clear. All that stagnant, unsupportive energy, any congestion, stagnation starts to move. So invite some some sound to your practice if that's you. Feel the fullness of the breath, the depth. And one more breath, just like that. On your next natural breath, if the legs are splayed right out, go ahead and bend them one at a time. Knees are bent, and you'll simply drag the hips over to one side as you roll to the other. Take your props off to the side and come nice and flat on your back. For this next one, you might even want to position yourself at the wall or a chair. So you might simply come with your toes touching a wall or with the knees bent, the tips of your toes. And this is optional. You can do this whole series, this whole flow that we'll be coming into without the use of a wall or a couch or a chair. So just feel your back body for a moment. The targeted area of the shoulder sink down, taking up plenty of space, broad and wide, after a long held back bend. The lower lumbar sacral area, notice the width, the sensation from one side to the other. Through the legs if they're flat on the floor, where they're heavy, where they're light. And if the knees are bent, just feeling now the temperature of one side, the other, all the details. Give that back of the skull a light little rock and feel the neck area, the back of the skull. And then pause into your stillness and take that internal snapshot of your starting point right here and now. And if the legs are splayed out, go ahead and bend at the knees. And let the left foot press more and the right foot come up off of the floor, thigh to the belly. Go ahead and grab hold behind the knee. And then take your hands, one below the knee, one on that right ankle, and place it right on top, like a supine pigeon pose, like a figure four. So just above the ankle, closer to the knee, rests on that upper thigh, close to just below the knee, and roll the foot around the ankle. So the right foot now can circle so that you know that you're not hanging out on the joint, so that the shin bone is hanging out on that femur bone. You have perfect range of motion in the joint now. Circle it the other direction. And then you can rest. Let yourself now sway. So feel the bottom foot, baby toe edge to big toe edge. From there, once you start to sway from one side to the other, feel the back of the pelvis. From one side of the pelvis to the other in this shape. Notice the sensation. The eyes are closed. So your view is from the inside out. Hands can be on the belly so that the receptors can feed back into the center of the brain. Just a little sway, keep it simple. You can move your bolster or your blanket that's beside you over to that left side a little bit, and you can come down to it each time and then back up. So each sway can come downward to the bolster and then upward. And just notice where you feel that. You can pause with the foot on the bolster, and then you can come up. So maybe a breath or two as you pause down, and then gently come on up. And then come all the way back up to start where the foot is hanging out on the thigh. If you're by a wall or the couch, walk your foot up onto so it's elevated. If you don't have that, go ahead and thread your hands in between and hang on to the back of the thigh or the shin. You might even thread your strap through and then hang on to the strap. All of these are just perfect. So whichever one you choose today, perfect. And then again, a light little sway from one side of the pelvis to the other, like a massage. So I wasn't kidding them. You are getting a massage today. A light little rock and roll of the pelvis from one side of the sacrum to the other. And then from here, option to come all the way down with the right foot on the floor, the outer left leg on the floor, or blanket or bolster. Whatever feels delicious, please do. And then notice as you breathe there, shoulders sink down a little more. Relax through the jaw just a little more. And breathe into the targeted area of the piriformis muscle through the right side of the tush, all the way through the sciatic nerve pathway. Beautiful to address this area in this flow. As we create length, a clear path. Let the lower half stay in stillness and go ahead and rock the back of the skull from one side to the other. Notice the neck as you rock. And then one more breath wherever you are. The head might be in the opposite direction now or still swaying gracefully. On your next natural breath, allow the legs to come up. Grab hold of that right thigh behind the knee or thread your strap there and hug it towards the belly. paddle that foot. Just a light little paddling so you can feel the length from the calf through the heel. A little movement, a little friction. And then the other direction, a little circle now. Just one way. And now the other way. Go ahead and plant that foot on the floor. Heel toe your feet so the inner knees can knock. Hands on the belly where the thumb can touch and the first finger, and allow that to come over the navel and rest the elbows onto the floor. And then feel below the hands through the digestion, all the way down through to the floor. From one side to the other, outer hips, the side of the tush, outer legs, all the way to the feet. Then sweep your awareness up the back body to the shoulders, to the middle of the brain. Go ahead and take a deep dive through the brow and allow yourself plenty of time to rest here. Notice the shapes, the colors, the sensation of these tight woven bands. Releasing, releasing, releasing as they soften through your awareness. And one more breath just like that. You can take your bolster over to the right side before we start. So to the other side. Press into that right foot and allow the left thigh to come towards the belly. And you can give it a little squeeze into that descending colon. Take one hand below the knee and above the ankle and allow it to come where you can roll the ankle. So you can roll the foot around the ankle. And just notice how it feels. Proper alignment. And then when you're ready here, take your time as you come into the sway. Notice your breath as you work mindfully like this, with that dedication to slowing the pace down. Feel the smoothness, like the second hand on a clock. Nice and slow. You don't want to miss not a piece of this. Mindfully compressing to the floor, the back of the pelvis in this shape. Then go ahead and come back to start. You can hop that right foot up on the wall or the couch or a chair, or thread your strap through and hang on to that fabric on either side of the thigh and let the elbows be heavy here. So wherever you are, perfect. Allow yourself to sway from one side of the pelvis to the other. There's so many add-ons to this, which are really awesome variations. So if you know some and you have some favorites, like lengthening the leg up and bending it down, the one that can do that, that's furthest away, so the right leg, please do. So have some fun. It's such a playful pose to come into a place where it might be very tight. And then we'll bring this into stillness with either bringing the floor to you, so you can have a cushion, a bolster, a blanket on your right side. Take everything over to it, the outer leg, the foot maybe, or come straight down to the floor if you have plenty of room in that lower body. You'll know right away. Every day, this pose will shift. So just notice where you're at today in this moment. You can always use the hands to hold that left knee and press it out, or let it just slacken and fall. The back of the skull can rock from one side to the other, super smooth. Feel the line that you're drawing on the floor with the back of the skull. Let your awareness sit there. Relax through the jaw. Let yourself surrender in this shape for just a handful of breaths. And one more breath just like that. Then go ahead on your next breath and let yourself roll up. Cradle that left leg into that side of the belly as you paddle the foot. Notice from the calf running down to the heel. And then draw a circle with the toes. And then the other direction. Place that foot down. You can heel toe the feet wide or come right nice and flat now. And just notice how that feels as you scan the body. From the toes to the knees, to the hips. Feel the vibration, the frequency running through the body, the torso, the heart center, with our intention to connect our hearts all the way through to the middle of the brain. And one more breath, just like that. Go ahead and bend up one knee at a time. You'll drag the sit bones over and roll to one side and come all the way up. So come onto hands and knees. So this is where you might need your blanket for your knees. So you can bring your shins right on top. We're going to come straight down to our forearms. So go ahead and bring your forearms down, looking down. And as you inhale, look through the thumbs with the eyes closed. As you exhale, point the nose through the knees. The head will hang. Follow the breath nice and slowly as you inhale and as you exhale. This next flow that we're going to do is like a cat with its nails just really you've seen them on a couch, on a rug, sharpening their nails, getting them just right. I want you to think of that as we do this next one. So maybe one more just like this. And then you'll pause, looking down, take your left forearm, bring it over to your right elbow, and then reach that right hand directly out with your forehead down onto that forearm. And then just notice this shape. Nice and long. Then lift the palm off the floor of that right hand, but leave the fingertips down into the mat. And one knuckle at a time, draw it down. Like you're gently coming downward through the fingers, the thumb, until the palm can press and the fingers can come up off of the mat. And then relax. We'll do that 2 more times. So like you're squeezing in some of the rug, you bring the palm up, fingertips press. Then let the fingers, one knuckle at a time, come down slowly, mindfully, deliberately, until the palm presses, fingers come up. And then one more just like that. Comes up and smooth down. And then relax and come back to the forearms with the head, the nose looking down. You'll inhale, look forward. Exhale, round that spine. That might just feel delicious. Opening up the heart just like this. The meridians run through the hands, the arms, the shoulders. So one more just like that. Then go ahead and reach through the other arm. Take that right hand to that elbow, forehead down, and notice this shape from the fingertips all the way to the sit bones. Then go ahead and lift the palm up like you're dragging a little bit of the mat towards the center in a clump. And then one knuckle at a time. As the palm comes down, the fingers come up. Relax them down and drag them towards each other. Palm up. And then one knuckle at a time, come down. And one more just like that. Feel the work in all of the joints of the hand, the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder. And then one more, take the elbows right back. So we're on right back into our cat and cow forearm. Take a deep breath, arc. As you exhale, round. 2 more. Last one. And then go ahead and come up. And you can, if you're sitting, you have a blanket there underneath your knees, you can sit right on that blanket. So this is where you're going to want your strap, whatever you have handy, and have your bolster and possibly a rolled blanket. I'm going to show you a nice way to come into our shoelace pose. So we're going to come into half shoelace today so that you can really feel a little bit more. So full shoelace would be you bring one leg over the other. So I'm going to start with my right leg over my left. And there, that's half shoelace. Full shoelace, you would bend that lower knee and tighten up the shoelaces, or you can loosen them up. So we'll come into half, and you'll know why in a moment. This is where you might want the roll underneath that bottom knee. So it's really nice to come into all of this support if you have never looked after yourself like this. You've come into the yin right into it. So it's kind of nice to come into it just a little less. It'll bring you just a little more. And then from here, take your strap over your shoulder, and I'll bring my back to you so you know what we're doing here. And then from here, with strap over your shoulder, reach up through, you have the right leg over the left, reach up through that right arm. Bring the thumb of the left hand down and bring it into your lower back and hang on to the strap there. This top hand, bring it to the nape of the neck and hang on to the strap there. And then press, if you can, the forearm, the wrist area into the back of the skull. And just feel the back of the skull press back, a little resistance, and then relax. And again, a little press, 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 and then relax. And then one more. And you might notice that it's like one elbow reaching up, one elbow reaching down, and you're lengthening through the strap like an elastic band. And then reach like a yawn through that top arm, reach the bottom, and let yourself come back into this. So here we go. You have your one leg over. You're going to bring your right hand into that right leg. So same arm as the leg. And then if you have a bolster, you can bring your hand into it or a block. So bring the floor to you through that back hand. And we're going to do a moving twist now. So when you can, lengthen all the way up, up, up through the palate, through the crown, and look back. As you exhale, let yourself round and come forward. Nose to knee connection. It never has to get there. So you unfurl as you inhale back and you exhale forward and let yourself round. Inhale, nice and full and deep, lengthen, exhale, round. Then allow yourself to come out now, and we'll come over to the other side with the bolster or some height. So leave the legs exactly like they are. It's my evil plan to keep this lower half in the yin pose. And let the arms come up and over to the bolster. Then look back through the neck. Keep the shape with the body and just move the neck so that the chin is over one shoulder as you breathe. Keep it parallel with the floor and then back to the other shoulder. So notice what you feel in the neck, the back body as you move the head slowly 2 or 3 times, just like this. And then go ahead and unwind the body. Whew. Take that top leg, rest it on your roll, and just give it a little drum roll there, a little paddle of the toes. And we'll come straight over to the other side. So when you're ready, go ahead and take that left leg over and just feel for a moment this shape in your body with the eyes closed. Take the strap over your shoulder so you're ready. Left is over top, so reach through that arm all the way up. The other arm, thumb down, bend at the elbow and rest the knuckles in the lower back. Bend that top elbow and reach for the strap. And then feel the elbows. And they might feel like they're coming away from each other, opposing forces here. And then go ahead and press the back of the skull, if you can, into the top wrist area, forearm. Feel the resistance, and then relax. As you do, notice how it feels like you're ripping the strap in two. And then relax. And then one more, feel the elbows move away from each other. All the muscles switch on. And then we allow those to relax by reaching up, reaching down, and let go of that pose. Beautiful. Then now we'll come on over with the left hand over that top shin, side of the shin area. Other hand either on your bolster or a block. Then inhale, feel the length as you look back. Exhale, round. Nose to knee connection. And then inhale all the way up, 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 nice and tall. Exhale, round. One more just like that. And then allow yourself to take that bolster over to the other side. One hand in front, one hand in the back. And then sit nice and tall. Feel the anchoring down of the sit bones. Close the eyes and feel the lengthening through the palate, through the crown. Chin parallel with the floor. Let it gently roll over to the other shoulder and back. Feel your range of motion. Go to where it feels good, nice and slow. And one more just like that. Then allow the spine to undo. Take that top leg off, everything out, so that you can sit for a moment. It can be wider for a little bit more of a base, just for a moment to observe from the inside out. Scan the body, wriggle the toes, feel through the back of the legs to the sit bones, all the way up through the torso, the arms. Notice if one shoulder feels higher than the other. Or is there an evenness, a fullness, all the way into the shoulder blades? And now we're going to come into Kranchasana or heron pose. And this is one of my favorite ways of doing it. So first, with the legs straight, let yourself, so you might even try and hook the middle of the toes and grip them onto your mat as you bring the torso back just a wee bit. Feel the front of the spine switch on and then come back. 2 more times like that. You'll come back and you'll feel, whoo, oh my gosh. So careful not to collapse. Keep nice and tall and then come back. And then one more time, as we bring awareness through the front of the spinal column, all the directly up through the core line, connecting, and then come forward. Relax with the eyes closed and feel that line. It might have a highlighted effect now. We'll start with bending up the left knee. So here we go. Go ahead and interlace your fingers behind that knee and come back to that place. And then come forward to that thigh. And then let yourself come back. And then forward. And one more. Stay there. Let that left foot come up. Eyes are closed, and then down to the floor. Come forward. Feel a little relief. Then let yourself come back. Foot comes up. Notice what you feel. Foot comes down. Come forward. A little relief. And then let yourself come back for one more here. Foot comes up. Let it come down. Come forward. You can bend both knees if you'd like to come forward so that you can rest the belly with an inhale. Let it press into the thighs and an exhale. Feel the movement of the belly now. Inhale. The fire is burning brightly, that Agni. So anything that hasn't been feeling supportive, any struggles in your life, go ahead and feed that into the fire. And one more breath, just like that. And we'll come on over to the other side. Lengthen through that left leg now. Interlace behind the right and lean back nice and tall through the torso. Lift the foot up. Bring it down to the floor and come forward. Like one smooth, fluid-like move. Foot comes up, down as we come forward. And one more just like that. We come back, foot comes up. Feel for a moment. You can even press through the heel and toe. All the muscles switch on. And then we come forward. Both knees can bend. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Now we're going to come into half butterfly. So go ahead and bring either your bolster be underneath your knee or your blanket underneath your lengthening knee. So it can lengthen one leg. The other one will come off to the side. So at first, leave that left knee pointed up. Right leg can drape over your bolster or a blanket. Bring your hand to the outer knee and press outward. and then press it up and feel the muscles responsible for this action. Like a fluid style movement, let it press outward and then upward. And then one more just like that. And as it comes up, take the other hand in the inner knee, press, press, press like you're hitting cement so it doesn't move, and then relax. And let that knee come down to either a block, or if it feels okay to just hang out there, please do. And let yourself come over to the long and strong leg, right by the knee, and just looking down, draw a line with the nose, the length of the whole leg, all the way to the toes. So like you're saying yes. And one more breath just like that. And then we'll come on over to the other side. Drape that leg onto whatever you're using for support. Bend your other knee and have your hand on the outer edge. Feel nice and tall through the torso. And then start with the eyes closed to press the outer knee into the hand. Hand offers resistance. And then you press it back. Feel the muscles of the arm, the shoulder, the leg, all working here. This is a beautiful one to lengthen the lower back in all directions. Targets the ligaments up and down the spine. The meridians that we're igniting, liver, kidney, and digestion. Once that knee comes up, bring your hand to the inner knee, press like you're hitting cement called the lock-in, then relax and let that knee come out, maybe into some support or not. Bring your hand on either side of the knee and then draw that line with the nose to the toes and then all the way down to the hip, chin to chest. Just a few times like this, just noticing what you notice through the back body, broadening and widening through the back of the pelvis. One more breath, just like that. Then go ahead and come into your Shavasana, final resting pose. Let yourself come on down after a lot of seated poses today. So feeling the targeted area of the lower back, all the way up the spinal column, both sides. Well, really all six. We lengthen that spinal column, front, back, side, top, and bottom. Let yourself rest. Beautiful. Let go of all control, even of the breath. The card that I drew this morning for this class, divine encouragement. Encouragement gives us validation in our ideas and our choices. Divine encouragement. Encouragement gives us validation in our ideas and our choices. Allow the breath to deepen here. Feel your awareness gently surface. Notice what's at the surface. That vibration now. Small movement through the fingers, the toes, the legs, the arms. Little hug in, a rock and roll. Connect to that inner grin, that strength within. Use that to press into the floor and feel the weight of the head as it gently rolls up last. Find your comfortable seat today. Every day a little different. Notice what it's like now with the hips wide open, targeted area today. So feel that deep appreciation for yourself as you bring the palms together, that warmth towards you. Thumbs at the sternum with a light little press. Take a deep breath into it and a light little bow as you pour this yummy goodness out beyond these walls as loving kindness to all. Namaste. Thank you, you guys.